GOAT, the greatest of all time, sports fan traveler. I've seen hoop now in more than 60 countries, including here in the Ivory Coast. I'm with Yannick. He's basically the communications PR person for the Ivory Coast Basketball Federation, which is good because I don't speak French, and he speaks English, and he speaks French. Yannick, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. I'm sorry for my English errors.
No, you haven't even started, Yannick. You're great. So, I'm very close to the camera. We're very close to the camera for a couple of reasons. One, it's windy. Two, I wanted to show you the football stadium behind me because Ivory Coast, like most of Africa, not all countries, but most of Africa is a football country, but that doesn't mean it's not good at basketball. Now the basketball gym, and I'll put up the videos and photos, is behind us. You'll hear the whistle, you'll hear the sneakers. It's the Palais des Sports. So what we want to do in this video is educate an American audience, as a primary audience, about what's basketball like in the Ivory Coast. Before I ask Yannick a question, you should know that in the 2023 FIBA Men's World Cup, Ivory Coast was one of 5 African nations in that tournament. So there's a lot of talent here. So Yannick, I saw basketball on Wednesday night and now here Saturday, a couple of days later. I watched the top basketball league in Abidjan. Is that correct?
It's correct. It's the top basketball league in Abidjan, organized by the National Federation of Basketball.
Okay. And how many teams are there in the league, and how many games does each team play?
We have 3 divisions. In the first division, main division, we have 12 men's teams.
So let's talk about the top division, the best
player we have.
So how many teams are there?
12 for the men and 8 for the women.
Okay, and let's focus on the men. So about how many games do each of the 12 teams play in a season, a usual season?
The season, home and away, so every teams we play the round of, in the regular season, a round of 22 games.
About 22 games.
And we have the playoff after that.
Okay, so they only play a 22-game schedule, so every game really is important. Like in our country, in the NFL, we have the National Football League, we throw the ball, they play 17 games. So if you start off 0-4, you're in trouble. Now, what is the age range of the men playing in this league? Like, what's the youngest guy playing to the oldest guy? Just give me a range.
A range, I would say around of 23 years old, between 23 years old and 28.
Okay, so most of the guys are in their mid-20s, 23 to 28. Now, does the Federation have like a youth, like under 18 or something like that?
Yes, we have professional leagues. Okay. We have 2 divisions, right? 1, 2, 3. But we have the youth league. The youth league where you have under 12.
Oh, even under 12, okay.
Under 12, under 15,
okay.
under 17, and under 18.
Under 18, okay. So it's a pretty well organized, and I saw 4 matches, men and women, on Wednesday, and I saw a couple of matches here today. It's very well organized, so I applaud you and your colleagues, for having me. I'm very grateful. I met the president, Mr. Diarra, on Wednesday, and then you are the communications person. Let's educate the Americans about popularity of sport, men versus women. So I will use the U.S. as an example. So in America, American football among the boys and the men is the #1 sport, and basketball is #2. The women in the United States, what we call soccer, the world calls football, is the #1 sport, and then I would say probably basketball. Although some would disagree with me because basketball in the U.S. is becoming more popular because we have a women's professional league. So let's talk about Ivory Coast. Men's football is #1.
Yeah.
Then is basketball #2?
Yeah, I think that we can find basketball, maybe taekwondo. Basketball, but taekwondo is very important here.
Now what's interesting, I saw some taekwondo this morning. There's like a tournament or something. So that's very big here, taekwondo.
Taekwondo is important. It's all about the athletes. We can represent the country outside.
Yeah.
We have a lot of taekwondo women.
Okay, so let's talk about the women's side. Is football the most popular women's sport? Or is it basketball? Or is it taekwondo?
I think that...
Or is it about even?
Yes. we have a good level between taekwondo, football, and basketball.
Interesting.
But
Okay.
in the team sports, basketball is maybe the number one here.
Okay.
Basketball and handball.
So, oh, and handball. Okay, so on the women's side in the Ivory Coast, you got the team sports, basketball, handball, but then on the individual sports,
We have
taekwondo, right? Interesting. Okay. Did you yourself, Jan, play basketball?
Yes. When I'm young.
Well, of course. Well, I'm 52. You don't have to tell us how old you are, Jan. Did you play in this top league?
Yes. I played in this top league, and now I'm club president.
Okay.
I'm club.
Yes,
I'm
I saw
general
you.
management.
So your team won the match. Are you the club president of the Snipers?
Yes, I'm the
Okay,
of
so I was joking in the video when we were watching the basketball and I was filming it. The team in the white, I called them Vanderbilt because they looked like the Vanderbilt college team uniform.
Yes.
And he's the president of them, the Snipers. And the orange team, I jokingly called them Tennessee, which is a college.
He's a kind of tennis. Yes, he's a kind of.
Yes, and you know, he's very American.
Yes, I know NCAA basketball.
Good. Now, did you grow up here? And Abidjan, is this home for you, or where did you grow up in the Ivory Coast? Where is home for you? Do you live here?
I live here, but
But
I
where
make my
did you grow
start,
up? Where did you grow
I grew
up?
up here.
Okay.
I grew up here, but I make my start in France.
Oh.
And I travel a lot.
So were you born in France?
No.
You were
I
born
grew
here.
up
Okay, but you traveled.
Yes,
Did you
for my-
play on the national team at some point?
No.
No.
Not
Okay.
this national team.
Just in the local league.
Locally.
And what was your position? What did you play?
Point guard.
Point guard. Okay. And when did you retire? How old were you when you said, "Okay, father time is caught up with me"? I never played, so you got it over me.
I think it's around of 23.
23. Okay. And when did you start playing basketball? How old were you?
In my
Like 8, 9?
I had 11.
11. So you played from 11 to 23.
Yes.
Now, just a couple last questions. Did you also play football?
Yeah, soccer.
Soccer, yes. What the world calls football.
Yes, here children living by soccer.
Yeah, and how old are you when you start playing soccer here? How old were you?
All my life, because here we make
Right.
two sports.
Right. So
we
were you
make
like 4 or
all the basketball
5?
players.
How old were you when you play soccer?
Yes, all the basketball players you see make a little bit of soccer.
Right.
And basketball. Soccer is the first sport here.
Right. So how old were you when you started playing football, soccer? 4, 5?
4 or 5.
Wow, very young. Very young. Did you play any other sports besides basketball and football?
A little bit taekwondo.
A little bit taekwondo. So it is part of the culture. It really is. Final questions for you. As an American, it's my mission to educate Americans about world basketball. And yes, Americans know about the Olympics, but they don't know much about the FIBA World Cup. And they don't know about the Basketball Africa League that much. So the Basketball Africa League is the NBA's attempt to have like a continental championship. And I want you to tell the viewers, in your opinion, like what are the top maybe 5 to 10 basketball power countries? I will give you my list and you tell me what you think, okay? Angola, Egypt, Tunisia, Morocco, Cameroon, Senegal, Mali. Is that about right, or I'm missing some countries that are very
South
good?
Sudan.
South Sudan, thank you. And South Sudan
Number
made
one
their
in
debut.
ranking in Africa, South Sudan.
Yeah, again, they made their debut in the World Cup along with Cabo Verde. Any other countries that are very good at basketball that we are leaving out?
You can see the FIBA ranking.
Yeah.
The first one is South Sudan, second Ivory Coast. The third, I think, is Egypt.
Yep.
So we have the country like.
So we pretty much covered the main ones. You guys, South Sudan, and we got the teams that were in the World Cup, which was you guys, Egypt, Angola,
Cabo
South
Verde.
Sudan, and Cabo Verde. And for Cabo Verde and South Sudan, it was their first appearance. So that's about right. So you've got West Africa, like from Senegal down to Angola. Then you've got North Africa, you know, Egypt, Morocco, Tunisia, but then you also have East Africa with South Sudan, right? And the Central African Republic, they're not bad either. I saw them play in the Basketball Africa League. So that's the idea here is there's so many talented athletes. Football is always going to be the #1 sport. Just like what ice hockey is in Canada, just like what rugby is in South Africa, just like American football in the US. But here it's football, but you have so many good athletes. And they can play many sports, including being very good at basketball.
the fact that the main purpose is to educate Americans. Now we have a good evolution of basketball now.
Sure.
For
I'm
example,
impressed by it.
in our league, we have 28 foreign years players.
Oh, okay.
And we have some American we play the match. We have
Okay.
American players.
I thought I noticed it. So, what are the rules? How many foreigners can play on each team?
Two players by team.
Okay.
2 foreign years players by team.
All right. So that's an interesting point that Yannick brought up, and I'm glad he did. So you want to make sure you preserve the heritage of the Ivory Coast, but you bring in the foreign talent. So 2 players on each of the 12 teams, and there were some in a match that's going on now. So that's helping also develop. And I think the fact that you're starting young, this federation is very well organized. In fact, this venue hosted qualifying for the Basketball Africa League, didn't it? Didn't it host like qualifications? I saw a sign out there. Is that right?
Well, I think so. 2 weeks ago, we organized the African Basketball League qualification.
Yeah, the qualifications. Yeah, yeah. So this is the basketball country. Then the World Cup, ranked number 2. Yeah, ranked number 2, and so that's why Yannick, it was a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for educating the Americans. The goat is afraid of vampires, mummies, and the Holy Ghost, but not Yannick. And not being with my friends here in the Ivory Coast. I had a great time watching 3 football matches, 5 hoop matches. Now it's off to Senegal for the Afro-Basket qualifiers. See you in the next video. Bye.
All right.
Thank you, Yannick. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.